Oh, that's weird. It like literally what happened was it said start recording and then it said connection dropped. I'm like, what? Why? I didn't do anything. And then
we're live.
No worries. This F-less link you mentioned.
No, it's nowhere. Okay, just calm down. Okay, so anyway, back to this.
Welcome to Dark Skies.
Yes.
My character's gonna be watching from the bushes.
Yeah, you're just hiding.
Hello there.
No, there's a huge echo.
Hello, it's me.
Is that me?
That's what's going on. I'm watching this fucking stream.
Yes, yeah, you have to mute this. I know this from experience. You have to mute the stream if you're in the thing while you're watching it, because then it'll like echo it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, why am I hearing an echo like 30 seconds
I forgot to move you guys into the board. That's dumb. Let me fix that. You guys are so tiny compared to these things. Like, where's Storms? Storms.
Oh, should we erase what's on the top?
No, I like that actually. Because I didn't even realize you were making a snowman until I saw it. I'm like, oh, you guys are making a snowman. That's funny.
Wait, where's the snowman? I see a bug.
You don't see the snowman?
Is it the thing with the eyes?
Yeah. See, it's a snowman. It has the nose and the pipe.
Is it the thing right next to Betrayal?
Yeah, no. That's not the snowman.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
But what the fuck are you doing?
I'm like, no, but how is that a table once before?
Yeah, the table is now a snowman with a bunch of...
since Sirico has a real picture now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, you didn't upload it, so I don't have it.
Yeah. Wait, where am I supposed to upload it?
Well, it would be on your sheet.
The actual sheet.
Yeah,
that's right.
So if you do that, then I can. But
all right
now,
let me make it a square, and I'll do that.
Fucking all this shit.
Okay.
Well,
There's snowman. There's this cup. Is that like a fucking pipe?
Yes.
Yeah.
What these little imps? Is that a butler up there and a freaking Starman there? Alien Starman?
No.
It's a Starman.
I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure what that is, honestly. But
right. Not a friend star. I'm a friend of white star.
Okay.
This folder.
So, where we left off last time is you guys were attacked by a group of centaurs. So, we'll kick it off from there. They're sort of charging at you. So, what are the two of you going to do to join the battle here?
Well, I'm obviously going to get ready my sword. Get ready my sword. I mean, open up my sheet.
Yeah.
All right. Go.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Now I can move the picture over.
So, I already had my gun drawn when I went out, since we were going for a hunting expedition. So I was like,
correct.
Yeah, I'm just going to have it out. Duh.
Right. Of course.
Of course.
Also, Zadara is flying overhead.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm probably going to roll his initiative too.
Okay, yeah. I mean, usually, so you don't know how I do it, but usually with, unless their initiative is actually higher than yours.
Okay.
Usually my rule is that if you have familiars, they act on the same turn as you. In Pathfinder, at least.
At least.
I don't know, this might be different.
There are charms that interact with their initiative and like letting them
Okay, so yeah, we'll roll
I
them
don't
separately.
have
then.
any of those charms yet, but
No, that makes sense though. We should keep with that sort of right. Oh,
And they can crash. You never know.
yeah. Oh well, that's true. They might crash separately, and then they would get hurt bad. We don't want that, but it could happen. I just have to get the spelling again because I'm never gonna be able to spell that.
And while you do
But
that,
I-
I'm
but
going
I-
to my face.
Demon, right?
But I have it on the sheet, so I'm good. Sorry, what was that?
Zadara is a demon, right?
No, it's no that she has a demon, but that's a different thing.
Oh yeah. Sorry, got confused.
oh yeah, I could summon the demon too and be like, whoop.
I mean, the demon is capable of helping you.
I'm not going to though.
Okay, I'm just pointing out that the demon is capable of assisting you in different ways, if you tell it to. But
I'm just imagining the demon sees Storms again and goes, ah!
I don't
Oh my
like.
God.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god! But it basically is like it has a horn and it does buffing things. Anyway, so yes, so yeah, you'll roll for Otadara first, and then Dustin, you were saying something?
Oh no.
So
Okay.
they have
Gotcha.
Plus, I was stuffing my face with dogs. Well,
Gotcha.
join battle of 5.
That's not bad. I'll roll for the Centaurs while you're doing that.
All right. They got 1 success plus 3, so 4. I guess I'll put that in for them.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead.
It's the initiative column, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I have a join battle of I always forget. Did I write it down?
I love that. It's
Yeah,
like,
I did.
what's
It's
my
awesome.
dream battle? Oh, I always forget. I guess that's 0.
Wits and awareness.
The double 10s count for join battle?
Yes, they do.
All right, so 3, 6.
That's pretty good. It's not bad. That's not terrible. I need to figure out what their join battle is. I think they have 6 dice. So yeah, they're pretty fast, and they're charging at you right now. So, but they all roll separately, so they have to roll 3 times. First guy gets 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Plus 3 is 7.
Oh, that's a nice picture, by the way. Did you get Carl to draw that for you?
Yep.
Looks like his style. So.
Now I'm gonna have Starman stuck in my head. Not that it's a bad song, it's just gonna be stuck there forever.
Sorry.
No, it's stuck in my head
I
too.
like David Bowie. It's all good.
It's such a good song.
Okay, so let me go grab theirs. So they have to roll. And then, Dustin, so you got 2 successes, or 3, sorry. So you got 3 successes, so you're at 6. Oh, so you and Desert are actually coordinated. You're going at the same time. That's kind of neat.
Boy.
You clash with each other. No, I'm kidding.
I have to crash. I mean, clash.
Shit, that'd be funny, actually. Like, okay, I'm going to flank left, you go right. Wait, what? Shoots storms.
Okay, right. Wait, what?
Oh, Nova, I just realized I have a merit that gives me bonus initiative. Right? I didn't use it last session.
I think you did.
No, I didn't. It's fast reflexes.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Nah.
3. Okay, so they get 6 as well. Oops. So this one is clashing with you. You guys, which is good. And then the third one is, so that one's the one that's going to make contact with you first.
Okay.
C10. Oh God, that one is going first. Actually, take it back. So 1, 2, 4, 6, and then another one. So that's 7 plus 3 is 10. That's gonna hurt. I feel like he's just gonna come in with the decisive and like try to attack one of you. I'm not sure which.
What a dick.
Yeah.
I know, right?
So, as I learned, that's never a good move starting off.
Yeah, well, I mean, he has 10 initiative, so he's not going to do too bad.
Prone weapons have a lot of charms for like just right off the bat smashing someone in.
Yeah, basically, because you know they do the assassination shuriken stuff.
Yeah.
I need to remember how hardness works though.
Essentially, what happens? Hardness is basically like
it's how many dice they're rolling. So as long as they're rolling more dice than hardness, it's fine, right?
No, it's the hardness is like I think it's your damage resistance, like directly.
No, basically, like they can't hit you with a decisive unless there's something is better than their hardness. I don't remember.
Right.
I only bring this up because I have their Twilight. One of their anima abilities is they can just make a hardness.
Oh
barrier.
yeah, you have a barrier. So are you able to do that like reflexively? Because otherwise it wouldn't apply here.
Yeah. It is. So I need to.
No, it says the damage has to be less than or equal to your hardness. So it's the damage itself, not the actual dice pool.
Okay.
Or the raw damage. So yeah, no, you're right. It's the pool. Yeah. So I got it right. Or you got it right. Yeah. So we'll see. So they're going to just roll. So they need to hit you first. So that's what they're gonna do. I need to get
hit me
real quick. I think they're gonna be aiming for Sirocco first, so that'll make sense because you're like right in front. So they have I think 8 dice to hit you. So they're gonna roll that.
Isn't Rainy gonna do anything, or is she still cowered in the corner?
Rainy's not with you. She's with Sun.
Not Rainy. Lightning. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, she's. Oh right, yeah, she is there. Yes, I actually have to roll for her. Yes, no, she is gonna help you fight this time.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to roll for her. So she's getting pumped up. Yes, I will roll for her real quick. I forgot that she was. Yeah, I knew she was here. I actually should put her on the board too. I totally forgot. Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is why the fight's fair because you have like 3 Exalted who are fighting, and you guys are gonna like totally win. I just have to move her onto the board.
Is murder.
And then her initiative is going to be wits plus awareness. So
I'm not fat. I'm a large tile.
She can actually boost her initiative, but she might actually do that right now. I'll have her do that. Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna start firing her anima right now, basically, and so you can see like this electricity starting to like spark off of her as she's like getting pumped up, and she's gonna add like 5 dice to her initiative, so she has like 11 dice.
Ooh.
So she might be able to. Yeah. God, wow, she rolled terrible.
Those are horrible rolls.
Oh, that is bad. Oh, well, she got 2 successes. Oh, geez, that's horrible.
Well, that's 5 initiative.
Yeah, that's not nothing, but she's definitely not going first.
Better than my bird.
My bird. Let me just make her a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so first one up is this guy. He's going to roll to hit Sirocco. So if you want to stunt your defense, you should probably do that. He's throwing us like a spear toward you, like one of the, like in the picture. So he has one of these. Like,
all right. So he's throwing a spear. So I have my gun for it. I can't parry with it. No. But I still think the way the dodge works is I'm going to like use that connection through my my magic that I have with plants and life because we're on like a rolling plains.
Yeah, you're on like a hillside. Yeah,
a hillside. So
like
I'm
right
gonna
outside.
like.
And there's a forest like nearby too, so you have a lot of like natural shit going on. Yeah.
And the wood stockling instead, but I'm gonna like use that energy to help like twist me out of the way and like use the barrel of the gun to like kind of vault out of the way.
Okay, so like, yeah, I can see that. Okay, cool. So so I'll give you that stunt, sure. And then they're gonna. So your defense goes up by 1, and then they're gonna roll.
My defense is.
So that's 1, 2, 3 successes.
Where the hell is the defense on this sheet?
I'll show you. Hold on. So on your sheet, you'll see it if you go down to where your. If you scroll down below your armor, you'll see it here. So you have evasion of 4. Oh yeah, so you dodge it easily because they got 3 successes and you have 5. So
cool.
So like yeah, as this spear comes toward you, you basically use your your gun and the natural force like around you to basically like weave over it. And so now, are you like in the air when you're like?
Sure.
When you're coming down at them. Okay.
Whatever gives me more dice.
Yeah, basically. So
well,
he
there's
is
another
going
guy
to.
coming at me. Yeah.
He's going to reset. So he goes down to 3. So yeah, now he's kind of like winding down. The next one that goes is the second one. He's going to basically charge up to Storms and try to stab his spear into you. So do you want to stunt your defense as well? Like, how are you defending against him?
Let's see. He's gonna stab his spear into me. I'm just going to like, with my new bare hand thing, I'm going to grab the spear and like just like inches before it hits my flesh and
right,
kind of like yank it out of his hand. Like
right, okay. I mean, yeah, not as like decisive, but you're just like trying to yank it. Like, you're using your like raw strength just to like grab it and like pull it away from you. Like, I could totally imagine that.
Get that shit out.
Okay, so your defense goes up by 1, yeah. And you can use your parry if it's higher.
Let me look. I think it might be. Parry is 3 brawl and melee, 5 brawl and melee for pool.
Oh no, yeah. So what's your dodge? Yeah.
Oh, my evasion is 1, so yeah.
Okay, so yeah, your parry, and then you'll add 1 to that value.
So, is it the 3 or the 5 or 6? And 6.
Let me fix your sheet. Let me go to your sheet right now because I didn't update it. Just really quick, so you can see what. So I need to look at yours anyway because I need to see if they hit you or not. Okay, no, yeah. So this is not okay. So, oh yeah. So this week, yeah. Get rid of this. This isn't. But yeah, you have a 4 right now for your So they got 1, 2, 3 successes only. So you are able to like you move the spear out of the way with just your raw strength.
Okay, I don't even need to roll.
No, it's the value, so you're good.
Okay.
After that, basically the next person goes.
No, that is both me and.
Yes, so you guys are going together. So like you vaulted in. So I'll let Sirocco go first.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in the air right now, and are you gonna like shoot down at them? Like, what are you doing for your attack?
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually aiming at the one. I'm going to aim.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my martial arts stuff actually relies on aiming. So,
right. So you're taking an aim action?
Yeah, and what range are we at? Are we at like close? Or
right now,
short?
So let me show you with the roll 20 here, just so you can visualize it. So essentially, in terms of range, like this guy is the only one who's like not in short range. Everyone else would be like in short range view right now.
Okay. So I'm going to. Well, they aren't close, so that's fine. I'm going to aim at the one that threw at me.
Right, to the one in the middle here.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So
and that's basically my combat action.
Right.
I can't attack.
No, because
so.
But what I'm literally imagining is it's literally like Breath of the Wild, where you're like in the air and you're like aiming down in slow motion, and you're gonna fire at him, and it's gonna hurt. Meanwhile, Storms, so you're tussling with this guy over here, so let me move him on the board so that we have a nice so this is gonna go here. So that guy's fighting you, and you're kind of grabbing onto the spear. You probably don't have an initiative to disarm him, but you can still like kind of come in with an attack while he's like kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
I was just thinking like, basically, I'm just going to like kind of use my strength to bring this spear up, like just like not disarming, but yanking his like arm, and then I'm going to like go in under this like arm and then gut punch him like.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that'll be I'll give you a stunt for that, so you can take 2 dice.
All right.
Sorry about that.
I just need to look up. I haven't actually looked into like what the Beastman thing does in this version, so I'm gonna look at that real quick.
Yeah, I can send you what mine says.
I'm looking it up on your wish list right now.
Yeah, it's the first one under strength, I believe. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have it
second
on
one.
sheet too. Do you want me to send it to you?
I got it.
I think ours are different.
No, I got mine from the homebrew 3rd edition. Oh, unless did you use the same one?
Okay, so you add 1 damage to all withering attacks, his combat movement pool, and his soak. That's good. So that's gonna that doesn't. Yeah, so that counts for this as well.
Okay, cool.
Oh, for damage, never mind. So not for the hit, but you do get to when you do damage, you're gonna do extra damage.
All right.
But you have to hit him first.
7, 8, 9, then 10, 11, and I'm using my. Oh yeah, I'm already counting my claws there.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's got the lower body of a horse, he's probably a large target.
Yes. And in this case, he can't use his parry because you basically, like I'm saying, he can't use his parry because you basically just grabbed his weapon. So he has to use his dodge here. Yeah, you definitely hit. So you have 4 threshold successes.
Oh boy.
So you're going to add 5 to your damage on top of the normal calculation because of your beast.
What else? 2 of those rolls were 10s.
Yeah, I know that. I counted that. So that strength plus your weapon damage, or the claw damage, plus 5.
All right, let me check how much the claws do again. I think I've written that on my sheet.
No problem. And then the soak, just so I can get the soak real quick. The soak is going to be 4. So we subtract 4 from that. So minimum.
Okay, claws do 7 lethal.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So 7 plus 5 plus your strength is 5 right now, right? Unless it's boosted. Okay, so that's 10 plus 7 is 17 minus 4 is 13. So 13 dice.
All right.
Probably going to crash him, I think.
Oh, maybe not. Those are a lot of rolls.
Only 5, but that's not nothing.
Yeah.
So you're targeting. This was the second.
This is the one right on me.
Yeah. So this is the okay. So you're gonna do 5 to him. So you get 5. You get 6 because you get minimum 1. So you get 12. So you're up to 12.
Huzzah!
Your turn's done. Ours turn's done. Next one up is. Wait, Passionate's not listed on here for some reason.
My bird hasn't gone yet.
There
Is
we
that?
go. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the. Oh wait, no, that's I meant to mark you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Passionate's on there now.
Okay, so the second guy is going to come up. Wait, this guy moved already, so I have to mark him off. I should have been marking these people off. I'm so dumb.
It's
Okay, and then this guy attacked you, right? So he is done. So then we just have the last guy who's in the back. He's gonna throw the spirit at your bird because he sees it. So he's gonna do that. He's a jerk.
Versus
Yeah, I know.
flying up there, like.
But you can still
out.
stunt. You can still stunt the dodge though, so you can do that.
I'm a bird, motherfucker.
Well, it's a thrown spear. It's not like a bow or a gun or anything. So
No.
Urzadar is looking down, sees it, and just casually like whoop, switches.
Barrel roll?
Like starts to dive.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That'll be 2 dice for you, and then you can add that, or well, it's +1 to your defense. So what's the evasion on the bird?
It is. Let me look at this stupid stat block.
No problem.
4.
4? Okay, that's not horrible. You should be okay.
Now that I think about it, 4 is pretty good since like the best base you can get is like 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2, 4. 5. 6. 6. Okay, that hits, and then that's going to do withering damage to Birdie. Okay, so unfortunately,
Urzadar
so 5, and then that is over by 1. So it's going to do the extra damage real quick. So I need to go grab the stats for the damage.
Only has 2 soak.
Oh, okay. That's not good. So it's going to roll 11 dice for damage because these things are really strong.
Please crit fail damage.
Well, there you go. You got close. Didn't do very well at all. So almost crit failed if I didn't get 3 successes. So 3 withering damage, yeah?
Well, no. Where's that combat tracker? Where's that combat spreadsheet chart?
Yeah, I have it here. So what are you?
Well, you rolled the attack.
Yeah.
And then you... Right. See, that's why I'm asking where the sheet is, because I forgot how the order of activation is.
Right, okay. So he's
like, I want to look at it.
What are you confused about here?
Because you roll the attack, and like threshold successes become the raw damage.
Yes.
And where do you subtract the soak from that?
I already did that as part of the thing. So I did that already because he had 12 and then went down to 10 and then added 1 because of the threshold. So it went up to 11.
Right on. Okay, I found it.
3. So they're not crashed. That's good. Okay, so that's actually not bad. They are at 1 though, but they're actually not crashed. So the bird does not crash. That is very good for bird. But it has to kind of move out of the way so it's not moving at like full, capability. Passionate Lightning is going to beat some Centaurs. So it's going to basically lunge toward the one that just threw its spear. So it can't parry. And she just like jumps up and does this like lightning punch toward it. And she actually has a thing for that. So she's going to you see this lightning like spark off of her hand and like start to burn into this guy's face. Kind of thing.
4, 2.
So let me go grab her stats for that because she has a thing she can do. So I'm gonna spend the motes for that real quick.
Dark Elf.
Yeah, she has a sheet now. I can look at it.
Yes.
Judge my girlfriend's merits.
So that's. Oh yeah, so she's gonna do her like thing. So she does automatic damage and then the fist as well. So this is gonna cost her 8 motes. She's gonna spend it out of personal. So she does basically extra damage here, and she's gonna do like automatic damage to it, as well as like her lightning fist of doom. Deadly fist of lightning. I actually call it deadly fist of lightning, which is really fun. Okay, so she's gonna roll her fist here, which is her brawl plus her accuracy plus her dex. That's 4 plus 2, so 4, and then so 4 plus 4 is 8. So 8 dice plus she's probably going to spend motes on this. So I will spend, let's say, 2 more. So bring her up to 10.
So basically, she just cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, basically. Okay.
A heavily metamagic Shocking Grasp.
Yeah. So that's 1. Oh my god, that's terrible. Lightning, you suck. Okay, so that's only 1 success, and that is definitely not enough. So basically, yeah, it actually like sears the centaur's face, but he manages to like move out of the way before the fist actually connects with him. But the elemental energy is still like rippling around in the air. So he still takes damage, but it is not enough to actually like do a significant amount to him. So I'll mark that real quick. I had to make 3 boxes here. So I'll make 3 boxes for each of them. Okay, and then back to the fight. So Ortodar is next. So what are they doing?
All right. So it's attacking the same one as me. So it's going to dive down. Yeah. So it's going to dive down, and I'm just looking at its abilities, like swooping to 10. These are all decisive stuff, which is fine right now.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to do a decisive with 1 die. Right. So yeah, it will just do a claw attack, which it says 10 dice, damage 11.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. So you roll 10 dice then?
10. Ooh, 7 successes.
Yeah, that's definitely good enough. Let me just look at the how much threshold you get. So here you get threshold of 3.
Cool. So it says damage 11. So I would add those 3, 14. So 14.
Yeah. Yep. You got it.
Right. One of you guys gotta get a good roll tonight.
Good lord.
There you go. Are you happy now? You got it.
Thank you. I'm entertained now.
Oh,
thank you. 9, 10.
Holy
10 right. 1, 2,
11.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's 11.
Third MVP.
Off with their head.
You take the 8 and then you add the 3 from the extras, so it's 11.
The bird is doing better than you guys. You guys are exalts.
So that one's gonna crash. That one. He was the one who charged, right? So that was this one. So he's going down to, and they're mooks. So you're gonna do damage in excess of his. Yeah. So that's gonna hurt him a lot. Withering. No, I know. If you do enough withering damage to them, they're actually gonna start taking damage. Because these are like minions. So that's going to be 3 minus 12 is blah, 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 in my head is like
9.
9, yeah. So yeah, you take, so the bird takes that one out.
Off with his head.
So
yeah, basically.
Gets
like, probably
9 initiative back from doing the damage and then gets a crash bonus, or?
Yeah, basically. So I'll add that too. So you get that back. So you get 10, and then you get 15, yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, it's going first again this time. Because the new round, so anyone who spent motes gets them back, which is why Lightning is going to get hers back.
Basically, the bird got invigorated by Witchblade style blood ecstasy.
Hopefully not, but yeah, this one's gone.
So apparently the bird just flew down and
instigated a centaur.
And like
the bird just has a knife and just like slit its throat.
Wait, Darbo, where'd you get that? You just see like a Bowie knife in his arm?
The bird slit its throat.
It's like
tearing out its larynx.
Oh,
the bird just tore out its larynx with its beak and let it die from a blood
geyser. I want to make Sif play as Sif.
Oh, Sif is awesome. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not exalted. I'm just a giant wolf with a sword.
I mean, a Lunar could probably do that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the story is so sad.
Ortsadara does get to go again, so you.
So Ortsadara is actually going to fly up to get ready for next round.
Cool. Okay.
So she's gonna fly up to long range in the air.
Fair.
Going high up there.
Cool. So yeah, now it's gonna be harder to hit with spears and such. Makes sense.
I think long is beyond there.
Yeah, basically. If it was, if it wasn't,
I'm not sure if they can move up into long range band right away because that's.
I mean, they're not in the air. They can't like fly.
No. I mean, like how many move actions you can make a turn.
Oh yeah, you're allowed to make. You could move up to long range. That's fine with me.
All right.
I think it'd be medium. Yeah, I think it would be medium. You're right. So it would be like that. Well, unless you don't. Yeah, if you're not taking an action, you can probably get to long range. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just asking because a few of the things like this says basically as long as the eagle is able to soar up to long range from the ground, it may dive down at an enemy with devastating force. The first time it moves down into close range with the enemy while airborne, it makes a decisive attack. It may add 4 dice to the attack roll and apply double 10.
Okay. In this case, Storms is next though. So, what are you doing? Because you're still fighting this guy.
And seeing as my my solar mate is now in combat, I'm going to basically take this horseman by the hooves, kind of like lift him up, and I am going to throw him at the other one.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm gonna take a motherfucker and hit him with another monkey.
So that's gonna be pretty easy for you to do. Ironically, I mean, you might think, "What the hell? You can't do that," but like, this is reasonable for me.
Yeah, I was actually gonna like increase my strength if it needed.
Well, I mean, you already get a bonus to that from the Beastman thing, so I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna have you do is I'm trying to think like if that would be like because that would be kind of like a grapple, but it's not really because you're just throwing him. So I'm just gonna make it like a strength brawl thing.
Well, if it's a throw, like part of the grapple rules is once you grapple, you can then
so you
throw right afterwards.
You do have to, so basically you do have to grapple him first. Is my point. So, do you have enough initiative for that? It's a question.
It'd be basically a flurry.
Oh no, that's not. Yeah. So it would cost you three initiative, which you have. So you're good. So what I want you to do is. I have to go get the rules. So here, what you're gonna do now is you are gonna roll your Dex plus Brawl.
Okay, it's Dex plus Brawl. Okay, so
yeah, Dex plus Brawl.
I will. Yeah.
You have the thing to switch it for Strength, so you could still use Strength for you.
Okay. I was gonna say I could increase my Dex to.
Yeah, and then you still need to hit it so you can throw it. So you still have to do that.
Okay. I think I will actually throw some motes into my strength.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll just toss 3, I think, in.
Okay. Keep in mind that you can use a stunt to add other.
Yeah. So basically, I'm actually gonna grab this thing by the hooves and like, kind of like spin it around like a fucking discus.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. It's only like massive amount of horse muscle. Like you're just gonna. I'm pretty sure if you could throw a horse, you could throw this thing, so it wouldn't be that hard. Yeah. So you can do that. But you'll get the two. So what's your pool right now?
Let's see. Once again, I put it in my sheet on a different tab, so I was like looking for it. All right. So I have 9 strength now.
Yeah.
And it's brawl or throw.
That's a good question. I'm gonna say throw here.
Okay, so then 11.
11 dice. Okay, so roll that. You still have to hit it, so.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, yeah, that hits. So you get to basically pick him up and throw him. Fair. Okay, let me go look up how I would handle this. So roll the damage. Yes, you did that. So now you have to roll. Target escapes on their next turn. Otherwise, gain control for a round over targets unless you enter. This is reduced each time you are attacked and while grappling you and the target game. You may roll these as okay, so I have to look up the rules for throwing because they're not covered here, so I have to go grab that.
Making the GM look at the rules.
I don't mind. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so here we go. Gambits are always delivered via decisive attack, so need to have a definitive target. Mostly already. Oh, okay, grapples are a bit more complicated or explained. Okay, so I have to go down. Scroll down. Here, crippling, no. Grappling, no. Restrained, oh, throw. Okay, here we go. The grappler ends the clinch, slamming the victim into a surface within close range. Yeah, okay, so you could definitely do that. This inflicts damage in the same manner as savaging with the following difference. The attack boost is per turn. Okay, so what you need to do now is you need to establish how tight the hold actually is in order to determine like how powerful the throw is. So in order to do that, you need to make a different roll.
Okay.
To see if it's how tight you're like holding on to him. So that's a strength brawl roll.
All right. I believe that's 12 then, because
yeah. Okay, that's 7 successes. That's pretty good. So what that's going to be is fairly strong. So let's see. Against the target, also try target escapes. Otherwise, gain control for a round per. Oh, geez. Unless over the. Okay, so he gets to make a contested roll here.
Okay.
I think he's weaker at brawl, so I'm gonna give him like 4 dice. This just reduces the amount of successes you get. So basically, 2. So you go back down to 5, which is not bad. That's still pretty high. So what this means here basically is I go to the damage for savaging. So grappler injures the opponent, applies withering or decisive without chance of failure if the grapple reduces to makes an unarmed attack roll against defense 0 for the purpose of determining extra damage. So in this case, what you do is you basically just make with a decisive attack, no attack roll is so just roll initiative, apply damage, and reset. Okay, so what you're going to do now is determine the amount of damage you're doing with the throw. Okay. And it'll probably spread between both of them. But since you're doing a throw, you get or 1 die per turn if decisive. So what this means is you're adding extra dice based on that +5. So you're adding 5 dice because you're basically just throwing them immediately. Sorry, I'm just looking at this here. And since your strength is boosted, you get no penalty for doing this. Can inflict lethal damage. Okay, so what you're doing here, so 5, So you add 5, and then you're also adding. You're making an unarmed attack as well. Or no, you don't. You don't. You're rolling your initiative because it's decisive. So you're taking 9 plus 5, so that's 14. So you're rolling 14 dice for the throw, and I'm going to divide the damage between both of them, basically.
Okay.
That's 7. So I'm going to give more damage to the guy on the front.
And what weapon type does the horseman count as?
Stupid question.
I'm sure something that big counts as a heavy weapon at least.
Well, it doesn't get because this is a decisive, so it doesn't get the weapon accuracy doesn't matter.
I was talking about weapon damage.
Yeah, the weapon
damage
the
doesn't
weapon
apply to decisives. It's purely initiative.
Yeah. I'm just marking the damage on my end. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're definitely both wounded here, for sure. This one's like very badly wounded, but yeah, you throw this centaur into this centaur, and like they both like they don't get knocked over or whatever, but he's like falls into him, and they're trying to like get repositioned now, but they're both very badly wounded at this point. And that one has like this huge, like, you like bent him over, so he's trying to like get up off of his friend, and he's like,
What breed of horse are these centaurs?
I'm not super sure on that. I don't do a lot of horse breeding, so don't ask me like about horses.
They're big. That's the breed.
They're big.
Big.
They're big, yeah. Big, strong horse.
So probably Clydesdales or something.
Let's see. So the next horseman is going to go. I think that's this one on the left here.
The apocalypse.
So he is injured. He's going to attack lightning, but he gets a -1 penalty. That's only 3 successes. I don't think that's going to be enough. I have to double check her sheet, though.
Poor horseman isn't going to make it out alive.
No.
Horsey!
No, actually, that does. She's actually really bad at defense. Okay, so she does get hit. That sucks.
Who, Storms?
No, not Storms, lightning.
Oh.
Oh, she can boost her defense, though. I think. I had to check, because she has dodge boost. So she might do that. Oh, well. Yeah, no, she can do that now. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say there would be no real point having dodged
I think she'd have to do it before the rule, is what I'm saying. But like, I think I'd be okay with this just being a thing, because I forgot that she can do that. She will do that right now. How much? Well, I don't see. The thing is, yeah, I'd have to do it before the roll, so I don't think I'd be able to do it now because I would know how much I need to boost it by, which isn't really very fair. So yeah, she still gets hit. She could have dodged it though. I just wasn't thinking. Like I didn't think they'd roll that well, so I was like, it should be okay. But then I forgot how bad her defense was, so I'm like, oh crap. Okay, so she's gonna take. Let me get their damage.
There, note to self: take the charm that allows me to defend my ward.
I mean, you can do that already, but you have to declare it on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's doing 13 damage. It's fucking a lot. Oh wait, no. They roll less dice in melee. I forgot. That was for their throwing, so I have to re-roll it.
Huzzah.
Which means now she's gonna boost it. Haha. So she's gonna boost her defense by like 2.
Hot twist. Loopholes. Go loopholes.
Basically, yes. Okay, so that does not hit her with 3 because she boosted hers to 4. See, I got exactly what I needed. She has to spend that in motes though, but that's not gonna be a big deal because like she's gonna get most of those back.
I do that too.
So 3, so 7. Okay, there we go. She's fine. So yeah, what you see actually as she's dodging it is this thing like comes toward her, and in like this blur of lightning and energy, like she weaves away from it, and you can see the spear like slice against the lightning as she's like moving and weaving and trying to like make another hit at it. Meanwhile, Desert, it's your turn.
All right. So I now that I've aimed,
Yes.
I basically land in the crouch, gun ready, and I am going to focus my essence down the barrel. I'm going to use Kiss of the Sun concentration.
Okay.
That costs 3 motes.
Cool.
Basically, what it does is withering attacks and precision-based gambits convert the aim dice to automatic successes on the attack.
Damn.
I mean, on the
Damn,
damage
okay.
roll. On the damage roll, not the attack roll.
That's still good.
So
Yeah.
I add the aim dice to the attack roll, and then they become automatic success on damage.
Great.
This
Okay.
is still a withering attack.
Right. Okay.
And
in this
it's
case,
on the one that I... Oh, that was the one that I...
I mean, you're gonna
Though
hit.
it depends on
the
how
idea-
it moved relative to me. Is it still in short range, or did it?
I mean,
move?
it did not move like you because you're kind of like you were moving with it. So I'm guessing that like when she throws it, you could probably still aim at them.
Okay. All right. So, and then I want to use 5 motes. So
Technically, you were aiming at this guy who died. So what I'd assume is
well,
that
I think in that case, my aim action would just be null because.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because like I was thinking, like technically you were aiming at this guy who died.
I wanted to
don't
aim
think you
so
can
I could
change
use my
your target.
abilities, but aiming at stuff that then dies kind of wastes that. God, stop being so good, me. It was my familiar who did that. Okay, so I'll just whatever. I'll just shoot him. I'll just use 5 motes.
Because I did want to point out that you can you'll be able to hit like both of them in one attack because they're just like that close together.
Does flame let me do that? I don't remember if flame weapons actually let you do that.
Okay, so you'll hit one of them then. This guy in front here.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to double.
Makes sense. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that wouldn't really make a lot of sense because you wouldn't really shoot both of them.
There are charms in Righteous Devil Style that lets you do that, but they're all like Essence 2 or higher, so I don't have them yet.
That makes sense, yeah.
I don't even have this actual style. I don't have Righteous Devil Style.
What I think is that, like in terms of like withering, like the idea is that you're like momentum, like you're hitting them both. I don't think you're like literally hitting them both, but it's in terms of like.
So, all right, since it's short range, I get a +4 anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm spending 5 motes.
Yeah. Okay.
So my dexterity is 5. My martial arts is 5.
Yeah.
10
so
plus
like,
5 motes, 15 plus 4 accuracy is 19.
Yes, 19. So that's
okay,
10 successes.
That's 10 successes.
So yeah, so you basically are able to crash them.
Sweet.
By shooting towards them. And then you're going to do the damage rolls over, so it's going to be blah, 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 like 8. And then, oh yeah, so you take that guy out. And then the next one is over here. You're doing 10, so it would do, roll that over. So yeah, you basically, yeah. So what happens is like, I mean, so I have to ask like a narrative question here. Are you trying to like kill them?
No, actually, I was just trying to get them away.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I was asking. So I think it's less of, it's not literally like narratively like you've finished them off, but I think like what happens is it's more like you don't actually like shoot them. What you do is like you shoot like a shot like right near them, and they turn and they see that you have a gun, so they're just like they like retreat the other way. Like they start running over the hill. Like
probably
really
Ortazar didn't like claw his throat out or anything when he did the dive attacks. Probably just scratched him really bad and like flew up surfing around like, I'm coming back.
Yeah, that one is probably on the ground like bleeding, but I don't think it's dead. The other ones are like now fleeing because you just shot a gun and it's very loud and they noticed, so they're like, run away. Because keep in mind, it's not that you're shooting a gun and you're channeling essence through it, so it's like a big like explosion. It's not just like a thing of like it's
the
more
fire
flashy.
It's not just fire; it has the golden glow of the sun.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
Basically, you fired Petully Knowledge's Royal Flare.
Okay. So from there, I will. So do you guys want to? So I want to wrap up the scene this way. So I'll say basically what happens is, so I have a question about the Beastman thing. Like, does that wear off after the fight? Is it like a scene thing, or?
Let me look.
How does that go?
It has an indefinite duration, so I think I can just turn it off.
Yeah, so you have to. You basically once you stop spending the motes, it goes away. So you.
Yeah, so I'll probably do that now.
Okay, so can you describe what that looks like when you turn back into a person?
Okay, I'm basically kind of picturing it like kind of a big silvery light like forms around it and like just kind of like starts to disintegrate like
God, so it's like a Digivolution but backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. I don't judge. So yeah. And you see Storms turn back into human, and what's interesting is like Lightning is like very very furious at like the both of you, and she's like stomping over, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you shooting at them? They're like, oh my God. What's going on? Like they just came at us and I just thought that, but look," and she's like watching them like gallop away and she's like, "They're so beautiful."
I think we
I don't
killed
think the relation's gonna work.
something really important to them.
Yeah, that's 2 more limit for her because she's just like, God damn it.
You guys are hurting her too much. Stop it.
I know they're trying to kill us, but stop!
I mean, it looks like a guy, but then they had like horse. I don't know how to feel about that.
All right, what is she smoking?
She's like, and you can see this like energy arcing off of her as she's like coming up to you, and she looks like really frustrated and like confused. I mean, I thought punching them would be okay, but it's kind of difficult for me to tell when
she melted us.
And you can see the grass like flaying and like not burning, but like there's like energy sparking off of the ground, like as she's like.
Wait, did she actually break?
No. This is just for what her anima is like. And it's actually like pretty difficult to stand near her when she's doing this. Like it's actually like the air is like hot. But it's not like hurting you guys.
It's actually over half now.
Yeah, it's like pretty bad. And she's like getting mad at the situation. I don't think she's mad at you, but she's like, you like shot at them. I guess you didn't hit them, but that would have been really bad if you did. You're a good shot. Like she's like in the same moment, she's like,
God, it wouldn't be infected, and then they would die from infection or dysentery or whatever the hell forces get from a fucking blood wound.
Maybe she's on a period.
Lightning, they had weapons. I think they don't count as animals.
Horses don't hurt people.
What?
I'm just going to grab her by the waist, toss her in the air, and then turn into a horse for her. And then have her land on me.
I'm like, wait, I was like trying to figure out what you were doing. I'm like, wait.
Man, that's smooth as.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that, but I'm if you botch, you'd probably just break her back or something. But
Nice. Wednesday, you killed Wednesday. Your responsibility, Spider-Man. Your fault.
you have to so you have to pay the motes for that still.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so yeah, you turn into a horse for her. And sorry, I'm gonna keep making that joke.
Become the horse.
So she
don't hurt people.
She lands on your back and she's like, ooh, and she's like petting your head, and you can like feel it like in the yourself, like you can feel as if she's like petting the back of your neck.
I just like get goosebumps.
This is kind of weird.
You're feeling, yeah.
I didn't know you could turn into a horse. By the way, you can't talk.
Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna like.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
She like blushes as she hears you make that noise. Like, ooh.
Wait.
Can we go riding or something? I mean, I don't have any of my equipment.
I am going to start running.
I am just there shaking my head. Like,
oh, this is so cool. She's like holding on to you and like riding you and stuff. And like you're and like
I am a male horse now, so
where are you taking her? Like, is that's the question?
I was thinking of the city, but then I was like, oh, that would leave desert behind. So
I mean, desert can keep up.
Yeah,
they're in Exalted.
I
I'm pretty sure they can run.
I can keep up. I have some athletics charms.
All right, so I'll just head back to the city because it's been a trying day.
So I think what you do
I would
is
have to blow through. Actually, no. The way the monkey leap works is if you sustain it, it doesn't cost extra terms.
Okay.
Right. So you're like keeping up with them, but they're basically
it's reduced to one mote, so I would end up like blowing through a lot of motes.
I think but you would notice because you can see where they're kind of going in the distance. Like she's basically just taking her on a loop around. So they're like going around the city and coming back.
Form into a male horse or a female one?
It's a male horse.
Yeah.
You're a stallion.
So like I'm assuming that when you get back to the gate, like Lightning is there and Desert, you like meet back up with them when they get back to the gate.
Yeah. While I'm going there, I have Orzdar do some hunting on her own to get some get a rabbit for food.
Yeah.
Food, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a good thing we don't have the fucking hippie seeing this.
Yeah.
But when the guards see you, Sirocco, they just kind of like let you in, assuming that you tell them you want to come in.
Yeah, they know me.
Yeah, they know
I'm
you.
I'm important here.
Yes, you are. So they let you in, and stuff.
Sorry.
So from there, where are you guys going in the city? Are you just so I have an idea before I move?
I'm probably gonna after I turn back into a human, I'm gonna check out the job postings.
Hold on, BRB.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'm moving to the next scene anyway. So
yeah, so that's what I'm probably gonna do. Like, look for a new job. Like, try to get money for my silver.
Yeah, you need to start funneling your money into the sword now.
I need my fix.
Yeah.
So
you need your what?
I need my moon silver fix.
Okay, hold on. Dustin, we talked about this drug.
Yeah, when I'm not like hunting or whatever, I'm probably going to stick by Kara, like kind of as a guard. Like she didn't necessarily ask for me to guard, but I just kind of do it anyway. Like
here's the interesting thing about that is that when you go back to where Kara was, like from the city, they're not there.
Well, I'm gonna start tracking them down. My roommates are back with food though, so if you want to do someone else's thing, I can.
Yeah, that's definitely. I like the idea. You're tracking them down. I like that. Okay, we'll see how that goes.
So I'm gonna help them with that, and I'll let you know when I'm back.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so meanwhile, we join G-Bay Special Investigation Unit of Sun and Mist. So last time, just to recap, you were informed of the situation at the Black or the Dark Lotus Manor, not Black Lotus because that's different. The Dark Lotus Manor, where there was a murder that took place.
Oh God!
Here,
murder.
You say murder.
So as you kind of come in towards the manor, it is a very very it is a noble home. Like there's a overhang and there's like flooring everywhere. It's a noble area. There are guards kind of patrolling around as you kind of come towards the place. And the door is actually guarded by two guys, and the room is sort of sealed off.
Oh.
So what are you guys going to do here?
Mist is going to walk up to the two guys, and she's like, "Where is the mistress of this manor?" She asks.
They're looking at each other, and they look towards you. And who are you?
I am the person that will have you thrown in the dungeon if you do not give me a clear freaking answer.
Okay, roll me it's, let me see. I think that one is, give me a sec. I'll go grab it.
Presence.
I just do what you
would be come on, soldiers, just step aside.
Yeah.
We are not what you're looking for.
Let's see. Well, she's going first, and then did you want to roll also? Because you can do that too.
Okay. So
for both of you, it'd be here it is, charisma and then manipulation. But you do get an appearance bonus of 2. So that's basically 3 plus your presence, which is 3. So 6 dice. And then for Sun, it's just charisma plus.
Religion?
Charisma plus presence.
Oh.
So I know it's 6 dice for. Let me see if you can boost it. Actually, I want to check before you roll.
4 dice for me.
Yeah,
4 dice for me.
Great. Let me see if you can boost it real quick before I have you roll. I don't think you can. No, you cannot. Okay, so 6 dice for Mist.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Yeah, that's definitely good enough. I want to see what. Yeah, you also get 4 successes. All right, so there you go.
4 successes from Captain Charisma.
Hey, the prince. They look at each other. They're like, the prince told us about them. They're in the royal, favor now. We should probably let them in. A good idea.
Mist sort of glares at them and is
we're very sorry, ma'am. We didn't realize who you were. A lot of things are happening. We're very sorry. Please,
from the sound of things, you still don't know who I am.
They bow.
Zero favor indeed. More like I am in the royal bedchamber.
Yes. And they like they're like unlocking the door and they're trying to get it open for you. We're very sorry. Please come in. That is what you.
Like we all step in and I'm like, good job, soldier. Thumbs up.
I love that. Like you're like now acting like you're a captain. You're like, yeah, soldier. Good job, soldier.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have this because I've been watching Red versus Blue lately. I'm just having this headcanon of like Sun is acting like Sarge from Red versus Blue now. I'm just like,
wait a minute. I thought he was Caboose though.
No, that's why it's funny to me. I'm like,
Mist looks at Sun and she's like,
Solar
no,
menace.
do not compliment them. They do not deserve that.
So, Sun, for you in particular, as you sort of enter this room, your instincts start to like sort of go off. So you have your investigative charm. So essentially, you realize that this is a murder scene and that you're able to sort of investigate the situation. And you're able to isolate. There is a woman standing in the room. Could you describe your mistress for me, Morg?
All right, my mistress. So, I'd say that she has similar features to the vizier, as in except she's a bit taller, and instead of like short, pale pink hair, her hair is like, I like to say it's more lush and it's long.
Mm-hmm.
She usually wears a dark gown, like close to something that looks religious, but not exactly so. Like a mixture between what a nobility would wear and like what you would wear to church, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. So you see her standing in one like part of the room where she's surrounded by guards, and then there's another doorway going into another room off to the side where there are other guards kind of watching that doorway. But the doorway is sort of hanging open, so you can see that there's a body laid out on the floor. And she's being marked with like different markings and such, so it's like a crime scene. And if you want to investigate the crime scene, you can make a roll for that if you'd like.
Okay, what things?
Well, you can stunt it for me first. So tell me how you're investigating this crime scene.
So I see at the other door. I step forward, like I begin to like question like what has happened here, and then I look carefully, like observe and like look around the environment, like checking the ground and how it's like. If there's like any alteration, that's something like awkward, off, or like some sort of like scratch, something, anything like that.
Gotcha.
And I like begin to, and when it doesn't, like I begin to like sort of look into the find something like they find or like foster or anything like that. And I think I was gonna say, oh, maybe they find armor and stuff. And I'm like, oh shit.
Right. I think you would probably find the armor. And also, without even rolling, I think you'd find a bunch of weapons like lying around in the room.
Hey, don't take my favorite. Oh, also, I believe they would remember that this is the vizier because they rolled last session to find out who.
Yeah, they would know who she is. And also the sword that like I think your actual like the normal sword that you have would also be in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's there also. So what you would do now is you're going to roll a perception investigation +2.
Perception investigation +2.
Yes.
Okay, hold up.
Eileen gonna start drinking ghost flower tea or something?
I hope not.
Mm-hmm. Now, why would I do that?
Well, ghost flower tea, if you drink it before bed, lets you speak with the dead when you sleep.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, jeez, don't start giving her any ideas.
Hey, sis.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so 6, that's very good. All right. So what you're able to determine here is that as the guards kind of get out of your way because they see you coming and you basically like they get out of your way, so you have full access to the room. What you notice is that this is the vizier that you I don't know if you saw her, right? Like did you ever see her? I don't think you did, because you weren't like with her at any time. Like you didn't go into the palace, so you aren't actually aware. But Mist could fill you in on who they are.
I know. I went to the palace with dinner, but I don't think I saw her.
That was after. Yeah, and she wasn't there at the dinner.
No, I never.
So. But since Mist, I'm imagining like Mist is your Watson here, so they kind of fill you in on the details. They're also a doctor, so it's kind of where I get that from.
They're everything.
They basically would explain. So I kind of want. So Mist, can you explain to him like in character, like what you would say, like about this?
Thanks. How the hell did this man die?
So Mist, can you explain to him?
Fucking God, you dumbass. Son,
who the vizier is in character, just so that we can have that conversation as you're kind of looking over the body.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry.
I was saying to Mist, like, can you explain to him who the vizier is, like in character, so that we have that kind of conversation?
Yeah.
I probably switch. What's this?
Oh, it's saying like you. Okay, never mind. Okay, so you explain to him who it is, yeah.
It's a very annoying woman that was rather the vizier to the prince. However, they do not seem to remember him ever having a vizier, which is kind of odd.
So could both of you make me like it would be let's go with perception occult, please.
Perception occult. This is 3.
Yeah, for both of you.
Come on, guys. I believe in you.
I believe myself as well, but I am the Lord of Shitty Rolls.
No, you did well. Let's see how I did.
You did good too.
So,
worse.
Okay.
3 successes.
Yeah,
That's 4 total, guys. Woo!
So Mist, you'll notice this first, and then I think after you point out, Sun would pick up on it. But he doesn't have as much as a clear, like you're a lot more experienced with essence than he is, so you would definitely pick up on this first. But she sort of has this essence around her, so she is definitely not like a person. She has this like lingering essence around her body, which would suggest to you that she might be still like not physically, but like sort of lingering in this area. Like maybe her ghost would be present if you were able to speak to it. So she's still like around the area, and you can see the essence sort of takes the form of these like vines that are sort of wrapped around her body. So you can see that there's like these like vines that have thorns on them that are like pink colored, that are like all wrapped around her arms and around the area around her neck, the area around like, not her face, actually her face is like, her face is not covered by anything. Her legs are also covered. Her body has like these vines kind of coming around along it, that kind of thing. So her entire body has this sort of almost like an exoskeleton of sort of like vines like wrapped around it. Around her, one thing that you notice, Sun, is that the way that they're wrapped around her arms and her hands in particular are like in the style of like spike gloves. So you'd assume that this is some kind of combat type thing. That this isn't just like for show, and that the things are actually like spiked. So they aren't. They could theoretically be used as sort of like essence weapon. So it would, to normal people, she would seem like she's completely unarmed and was like assaulted. But since you're doing this investigation and you're able to see this, you realize that it's very possible that she came in here like using some kind of invisible weapon and might have been trying to attack someone here. But what you notice, like as you're kind of going along her body, is that she also has this cut, like a long cut across her chest, where there's a huge wound. And what you can confirm is that it's not a sort of a long blade; it's sort of a short blade, like a dagger. So it definitely, and there is like multiple blades in this room that would match that sort of description. There's a longer blade, like a sword. But she wasn't cut with a sword like that, because it would have left a much bigger sort of gash in her skin. This is more like a precise like cut that's sort of deep into her chest, but it's not like a large like gash, like she'd be cut in half or something. Sorry, were you gonna say something, Warwick?
Also, her cheek is cut up. Like there's.
Oh yeah, no, the cheek
there's a
thing.
spiral cut along her left. I think it's she was facing me. It's her left cheek. There's a long spiral cut on it.
So clearly, you are aware that the Jigsaw Killer is the one behind this whole.
Did you know they're making a fucking movie like called Jigsaw? It's all saga.
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my reaction. What?
All right. Well,
why can't that franchise just die?
Which one?
One thing I will point out, though, is that this mark might be some kind of like serial killer's like marking, but as far as you're aware, it doesn't represent anything like significant, right? And in communicating with the people like in the room, they don't necessarily know what that kind of spiral could mean.
It's Nylene's war mark. I'm kidding.
But what you are able to determine based on the investigation is that whoever killed this person was highly skilled. And what you're able to determine based on looking at the woman who is standing in the doorway, who's being like moved away by the guards, like they're going to arrest her, she is clearly not like a skilled combatant based on the way that she's built, based on the way that she's like because the cuts are very like precise, and they're very they're very like articulate. Like they're not like random, because usually if you saw a murder like this where you were getting stabbed by someone who is like not competent in combat, there would be a bunch of stab wounds. This is one cut and a significant like very intricately created like cut marking along their cheek. So it's not like this was someone who didn't know what they were doing. Very skilled kind of combatant, but she doesn't appear to fit that mold at all, as far as you know. She's being taken away by the guards at this point, like out of the room, because she's trying to like make comments, but you're kind of just like drowning her out as you're doing the investigation. And as you come out of your investigative mode, you notice that they're kind of pulling her off to the side.
Arresting her?
Hey, you!
Yeah, because what they're saying is like, oh, you're under arrest. You think you can get away with this murder, but we know that you've done it, or that you've.
Hold on. Hold on, soldier. Hold on. I do not believe this woman is responsible for this murder. Rather, to elaborate, this person is nowhere near military trained as the killer.
Yes, I am a simple woman. I have not fought once in my entire life. I believe in peace.
A simple woman, eh? But how about you start giving us some simple questions and answers and simple snacks while we sit down and have a chat?
I didn't even pretzels.
The guards let go of her and like say, oh, we'll leave this to you, Captain Sun. And Mist, right? Mist. Should we be like? I think like they're having this like argument as they're like talking to you. They're like, should we be calling her princess? Is that what? I don't know. Let's just go with Mist. Is do you have a title now? I think they're asking Mist that.
My title right now is that I am the woman that's going to launch my foot up your behind if you do not get out that door right now.
They yes, ma'am, and they like leave the house.
Well, there you go, guys.
Also, I don't know if I told you to do this before, but now might be a good time to point this out. So under your merits, you could add that you have like influence 3 in Jibe, because I don't know if I told you to add that before, but you should have that now. Whereas Sun still has 1. Just gonna write that in the chat real quick for you. There you go. Which I should have actually given you a bonus, but you guys succeeded anyway, so it's no big deal. Anyway, moving on from that, where do you bring her to question her? Because there's like a large like living room, like a living space. There's like a study, that kind of thing. Like where are you bringing her for questioning? Either of you. So.
If you're questioning her, she's got to be serving you honey rolls, right?
I mean, she could make something for you if you ask. I don't know.
Sweet rolls. Did someone steal your sweet roll?
I love this concept of like you like basically come into her house, like start investigating the murder. You're like, by the way, can you make us snacks? Like.
We're hungry.
That's just the law of hospitality.
I mean, she wouldn't disagree with. I'm asking, like, would you do that? Like, because she wouldn't mind. I'm just asking, like, where are you gonna put her for questioning? Like, are you gonna sit her down in her living room, or are you gonna like throw her in the study, or are you gonna like take her outside? Like, where are you
Well,
going?
we're gonna throw her back into the room with the stiff.
With the murderer? With the dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you throw the stiff, I get it. So you throw her into Nylene's room, and she sort of takes a look around, and she's like looking up toward you with like very sort of soft, kind of bright looking eyes, particularly towards like Sun. So what did you need to know?
I have a simple question for you. Who is this woman?
Oh, right. Yes, well, it's sort of it's hard for me to kind of speak about, but I'm kind of broken up about the whole thing. Forgive me. You see, she's my sister by blood, And to found her in this house, I wasn't sure how to react. And everyone is saying that I murdered her when it was clear that, well, I didn't do it. It was Nylene,
Who?
clearly.
Yes, clearly. I can tell that this is her, but I mean, there is a armor, there's a weapon that clearly belongs to her. What I do not see is the weapon that belongs to me. Where is the bitch? She thinks to herself, but rather she's like. So, what does your sister do?
She lives around here, I think. I'm not aware of what she does. That is her business.
Well, from what I managed to gather, she was.
She hasn't talked to me about her work. I'm sorry.
She had quite the position at the prince's side as the vizier, but it seems that no one seems to recall him ever having one, which is rather odd.
I don't know where she is either. Nylene, I mean. I saw her leave. I saw her run the other night, but I don't know where she could have gone.
So what this is Nylene's room, yes.
Though if I
like point to I go to the closet and find her armor and
right.
I saw her wearing the dine.
Yes. She says, well, if I had to guess, she probably would have left the city by now. She's very resourceful, that one. I taught her how to live on her own, so it wouldn't be difficult for her to make her way through the forest or escape some other way. If she has a horse, she could have made her way to another city by now.
Wait, she's the mistress?
Sorry,
I'm asking this out of character.
Yeah, son.
I'm asking out of character.
Yeah, no, son. This is her mistress. So this is Nylene's like mistress. Yes.
They're kind of mistress.
So, what exactly is your relation to Nylene?
Well, I brought her into my household, and she does as I wish. We have a very professional relationship. And I thought that when my relative, the prince, when he asked me for support, I lent her, thinking that she would be the best one to protect him. I realize now that I was mistaken.
You know that this relative of yours was armed invisibly.
I don't follow what you mean.
See, she has something we found out. Some form of essence emanating from her.
Are you trying to say that my sister was some kind of anathema?
Perhaps.
It is very much a possibility.
I couldn't believe that. I've known her long enough to know that isn't true. Whatever you're seeing must be false.
Oh, I don't know about that. Athena have a very good tendency of pulling the wool over other people's eyes. Wouldn't you agree, son?
I've had that experience before.
Technically, no, they are. Abyssals are as much anathema as everything else. You know, it's not like a technicality like they literally are.
I mean, are they a big thing? Aren't they like relatively new lore-wise?
Fair, but the idea is that most people wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
So they look at an abyssal and say, well, they're just as bad as, a solar, because they're effectively similar.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that sidereals can be considered like, depending on their station, they might not be considered negative. But when you're just saying, you're not being specific, and none of you know the difference specifically. So the key is that when you mention that she might be some kind of essence user, then she's kind of confused, like, well, she didn't practice sorcery, so she must be an anathema then. But yeah, so she was saying, isn't that right, son? I wanted to see what you say.
I said yes. I had my experience with certain anathema tricking me.
Oh, I see. Oh my god, I love this idea of like Rainy is like waiting out, like we cut to Rainy like waiting outside, like, and like talking to the guards is like, so how are you guys? Oh, good, having a good day? Yeah, great. I'm waiting for Sun to come out. He's wonderful, isn't he? I mean, yeah, and we cut back into the place.
Anywho, man.
So when Eileen spirited herself away, do you know if she was carrying anything of,
I think she had
anything
a sword,
curious?
but she always carries a sword. This one looked a little different. I wasn't paying much attention. It was dark.
Yes, I bet it looked different.
But she looks toward where the sword is. She's like, well, this is the sword she usually keeps with her. So if it, she's like trying to think. She's like, well, I would have thought that she brought this one with her, but she's left it. So she must have found a different sword.
Yes, she must have found a different sword. Of course she found a different sword.
Nova, by the way,
feed it to the damn dogs.
Yes.
Nova, I did show her the blue sword and put it on my back. Like the night of the murder, I literally showed her the blue sword up close and I put it on her back. In case she remembers.
Right, when you showed the mistress the sword.
I literally showed her the blade so she could put it on my back, so she would know I have.
I just figured that the mistress was playing dumb.
I think like she's still confused as to why you didn't bring your other one. Like she's like, well, she had a different sword, and she didn't bring this one. She usually brings this one, but she had a different one. It was blue, I think.
Blue.
Seems strange to me.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, Mist's wedding ring.
Yeah, basically.
I'm just like, I got this blade, I believe. This blue blade. We purified it.
Did you?
Yes. We had it purified by
How noble of you.
Mist, with a very frustrated look on her face, is just going to storm out of there.
Okay. Son, did you want to continue talking to this woman, or are you
She's heading back to her room.
My apologies for my associate's temper. I will.
I understand the stress is high right now.
Thank you for your time. We'll do whatever. What's your name again?
You can just call me Dark Lotus, Miss Dark Lotus, please.
It's criminal. What's her name once again? My cousin.
Well, her name is Nylene Nightshade. She's a very dangerous woman. Don't underestimate her, all right?
I'll do what I can. Any other? Do you know of any other names or titles she goes by?
None that I haven't given her already. Nicknames and such. Nothing that would be of value to you.
Thank you.
It's no problem.
So, continue our investigation and catch him with.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that last part.
We will continue our investigation and attempt to catch this mariner however we can.
So, yeah, she's nodding. She's like, "Thank you, sir." Captain Sunday said.
I am.
Good.
I stand up and I walk and I go towards the go.
Like walking over to Mist.
Yeah.
Okay. So your son comes up to Mist and is asking if you're all right.
No, I am pissed off, as they put it.
Sword.
I need to get a load jack on that damn thing.
You need sword insurance.
Sword insurance. All states.
One thing that's very interesting that you didn't really notice. Well, one thing that's sort of interesting that you were, I wouldn't say unaware of, but one thing that you notice as you're coming back towards the palace, like down the alleyway, like as you're walking down across the street and such, there's like a noodle cart there.
Oh God!
Like positioned like right in the middle of the road. Like there are people like walking, towards it, along past it, that kind of thing. Like it's a fairly crowded street, but you can see the noodle cart that's sort of like positioned in the middle of the street, and it's the same noodle cart that you remember from the city where you started your journey. But it's not the same noodle cart technically, but it looks the same. It's sort of familiar.
Why is it everywhere we go there are noodles? I really hate noodles, you know.
I noticed. Why is he here? He's here even.
And suddenly Star appears at the sound of you hitting noodles.
Yeah, you don't actually see Star like anywhere.
Well,
Speaking of things I hate,
you haven't seen him for a while, and he's nowhere. You don't actually see him at the noodle cart, even though he was talking about it constantly. So, are you going to go back to the palace, or are you going to go somewhere else? Are you going to look for Nylene? Where are you going? I ask.
I'm just gonna go check out this in the noodle cart, and we're like, "Hello, are you here?"
So as you kind of step into the noodle cart, you know, you move the curtain aside and you sort of sit down and you see, like, White Swallow and this sort of boy that's kind of behind him, behind the counter, and he's just sort of stirring noodles, and he sort of turns his head slightly as you come in.
Hello. I haven't seen you for a while.
The sun shines brightest on the dimmest mornings. He's just stirring the noodles.
Notice. Why have you come
Just
here?
hear a scream coming from Storms. Ah!
Are you? Yeah. Are you? Do you also? Because you could have noticed this as well if you want to actually show up, because you're in the city.
No, I'm.
Oh, you're out of character. You're just like, hell no.
Not like this.
Not like this. Boom, bitch. You're down.
I'm just pointing that out so that in case you wanted to. What does Miss do when you enter the cart, or do you just not?
Mist does not enter the cart. She just sort of continues on her way to the palace, and she's still pretty much in her nightwear.
Yeah.
She got up out of bed, and then
if you want to, you
ducked
can.
off, and then she's just heading back to the palace now. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Umbri, you can go to the noodle cart if you want. Yeah, because you're there.
So you see Raincloud at the noodle cart. She's wearing different clothes than she was earlier.
Oh.
Hello. Hello, Captain Sun.
In summer, showers sometimes appear without warning. Stirs noodles.
Of course. Out of character. Yeah, I've been experiencing that over here in the floor.
I know, right? That's what. Yeah, basically.
Rickle, it's fucking raining all the fucking time.
Someone showed me a picture.
I got down a basic routine to see if I can use it to help me practice talking to people. Took some notes the previous day.
Nice. Never.
Sorry, were you trying to say something, Argy?
Oh, just talking about Florida weather. Someone showed me a picture that they took of the rain absolutely pouring in a sheet on half of the highway.
Yes.
And the other half was bone dry.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That happens all the time.
Yep. Like, I live by the bay over here, and I look out, just step outside into the balcony. Just one side, it's all shining sun, all clear, yay. And then I look the other side, it's all cloudy and it's raining.
Yeah.
Freaking thunder coming around. Captain Sun and Lady Mist, right?
Or Mist left for the palace, but you probably would have seen her, like, you know.
Yeah, Lady Mist is stuck in the palace. Rather tired.
Rain just sort of takes a seat.
Do you think you can take me to her after we finish the noodles?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. We kept like talking some. The call kept. You repeat that, or?
Do you think we can take me to her after I finish this bowl of noodles?
Not sure, but perhaps. Not sure if the About to let you in, but
Because if anybody can tell me what all this, you could say, depression among the people is going on for, it's probably her.
Is that the sword we're looking for, son? The one that Mist is angry about?
yeah, green sword,
Green sword.
green bluish sword, or something like that. Like
Okay, so if we find the sword, then we can leave, right? She's like trying to reach over the table to like grab your hand, like, right? Okay, well, we'll track it down together. Don't worry. I'm sure if we work together, we can do it.
All right.
And then we'll run off together, and we won't need to worry about this anymore.
The murderer who's running around, who happens to be a quote-unquote murderer, who happens to be the guard, the real guard, or the Princess Bride had met with a woman who was attacked and was by this innocent-looking person who apparently wasn't. I don't know. I like also can quotes. Like,
What's that high-pitched beeping noise here?
I don't know. That's his feedback. It's not that bad though. I can still hear what you're saying.
Okay, so you heard what I said. I said, "Oh,
well,
like raise my fingers."
I mean, you have to understand that I've already dealt with murderers. Murderers aren't really a big deal. My brother's a murderer. It didn't stop me from, dealing with him. I think I can handle another murderer, son. That's not going to stop me.
I'm not sure if it's a murderer though.
Well, if they have the sword, then they're definitely on my list. We'll just have to, patrol the wilderness. Eventually, we'll find them. They can't have gotten that far in a day and a half.
All right. See what we can find soon enough.
Do you want to say anything to Swallow? Because he's just sort of serving you noodles, like while you're looking towards Rainy. When you look back, you notice that you have this like full bowl of noodles.
Thank you. Why? So why here, around here? Like Swallow?
He sort of ponders for a moment, and he says, "The air is everywhere. It follows no direction." And I am like the air. I follow the current of the sky and drift along the celestial boundaries that
Uh-huh. Well,
How do you make these noodles?
Oh no.
Mist yells from the window of the palace. I think the noodle guy fell asleep.
The chef's work is a combination of skill and art.
So akin to a dance of the blade.
He sort of exhales. He is like, food is a tool, not a weapon.
A weapon is also a tool.
He smiles. So you understand.
So do you know anything around this place?
He thinks about it. Information is like water. It flows down the river through the mouths of those who do not know how to hold their tongue. And in the presence of a hot meal, the tongue is often burned by the steaming passion of the food. He sort of takes a sniff as he's speaking.
Right.
He sort of looks down toward your bowl.
I'm like sorry.
Before it gets cold.
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Good. I like burning my mouth a bit. Like I played it off like, oh yeah, it's good.
You like it? I think this little boy comes like tugging at your like foot.
Boy, yeah,
He's sort of wearing like a similar sort of robe, but you can kind of see his face. He has sort of like very short green hair and like similar colored eyes, and he's wearing like the same kind of robe as Swallow is, but he's not wearing a hat, so you can see his face.
Yes, please.
You have not met my son, have you?
Oh, no.
No, I haven't either.
You probably have, but you wouldn't remember him. So he this boy sort of circles around and he sort of goes back toward the cart, kind of like doing like a just kind of skipping around.
Are you the noodle guy that Starblade was so obsessed over at the party?
Yes.
You look up at the night sky and see the stars. And he's asking that as like a question, but also as an answer or a statement.
Never sure.
He's like his son. He's asking if she knows him.
Sort of.
And you can kind of translate like to Rain Cloud. Like, hey, he's asking if you know him.
Yeah, he's asking if you know him.
Yes, I met Star at the party.
Dinner party.
Food is uniform, but the chef is remarkable and distinct.
Yeah.
And if he is speaking of a man who makes noodles, then it could
Yeah,
be.
he was speaking of a man who makes noodles that he had great admiration for.
He sort of peers toward you. And does my work seem worthy of admiration?
Yes, it does.
Christian, what's it?
I think he
I'm sorry.
what do you think I see in the stars? The patterns they make? Or the lights that they shine down on us all? What do you see?
What do I see in the stars?
He's asking you two questions, so you can answer either of them or neither. But you recognize that he's asking you two questions. If you want to, like read into what he's saying, then you can roll like an intelligence lore, and I can kind of
You know
help you
what?
with
I will roll an intelligence lore to read into it.
because your character might be so you can stunt it if you want to try and see if you can figure out what he's trying to interpret here.
You know, I will try and contemplate on mountain stories about things pertaining to the stars.
Okay.
Basically, things I heard growing up. Because in the mountains, there's a lot less pollution, thus these skies are a lot clearer.
Yeah, okay. So I'll give you 2 dice for that. That's fair, yeah. That's very fair.
You do know that's on Netflix, right? You can watch it there.
So you can roll that.
Actually, that's 5 successes.
He's talking about basically like if you see constellations versus whether if you just look at the stars without realizing the patterns that make them up. So the intelligent answer would be, see, because there are 2 ways you could answer this question based on the way that he's sort of asked you. You can give an intelligent answer and say that you see constellations and such in the sky, or the planets or things like that. Or you can feign unintelligence and attempt to say that you only kind of view them as sparkly bits of space dust.
Well, the constellations gather in gorgeous shapes, do they not?
Gorgeous shapes full of meaning.
Very full of meaning. The entire history recorded among them.
How much do you know of the stars and their shapes?
Growing up in the mountains, I learned very little, but it's always been something that interested me.
So, because you got a roll, I will say that he's framing it in like a very subtle way of speaking it to you, but he's asking you these sort of. He's very careful at asking you these sort of questions while not really asking a question, but you can kind of read into what he's asking because you're knowledgeable about the subject. And he's asking you about astrology. Without like directly asking you, but you kind of get the feeling that that's what he's speaking about. But he's speaking in sort of this very vague way that no one around you would really pick up on what the actual topic of the conversation is.
So he's talking about astrology, and I believe that's lore.
Yeah, but he's asking you if, like, how much you know of astrology.
I know some basic things, not much.
What, son, did you want to say something?
No, I'm just saying that I sort of moved away because Something was going on outside.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not an expert, but I can probably get by using the North Star to navigate.
I don't know if that exists, but I'll give you a.
The Luna Star.
I mean, you could still say stars to navigate. I'm not sure if.
Yeah, stars to navigate. That's what I mean. I can get
That's still
by
accurate.
using the stars to navigate.
He nods. Oh my god. Where does your path take you? Are you aware?
I am not aware of where my path takes me. All I know is that I seek to get away from my father.
Would you like to know?
Yes, I would.
He sort of like spins the noodles like around in your bowl, and you're about half finished. But he sort of spins. No, he's doing this for Umbri, and he sort of spins the noodles around in your bowl, and you can see this steam sort of wafting up from it, even though it was cold before. And you can recognize that there's some sort of thaumaturgy at work, clearly, because it's creating this sort of supernatural sort of heat. And you can see this smoke sort of rising up. And there's this sense of energy and mystery kind of pervading the place. And it's a personal sort of thing between the two of you. So Sun might not really pick up on this as much, or Rainy, but this is sort of a moment between the two of you. And he says to you, Rain Cloud, he says, you are, He sort of takes a breath in, like a cloud, a guardian, all-encompassing and all-overwhelming, looming over this city.
Mom!
Sorry.
Mom!
And when the time is right, your lightning will strike and beat back the dark rays of the unknown and the blackness and the evil that is encroaching. That is what I see. And the smoke just sort of, and the smoke and the mist and the sort of the steam just sort of fades out from the air. And he's just sort of standing there, and this unassuming noodle salesman.
He assumes nothing. You do good. Class. I'll do good in class instead of fucking around.
Your strength is needed. Will be needed. Here.
That's good.
So do not falter and do not buckle, because you will be tested. Do you understand?
Understand. Do not yield. Do not give up.
He sort of like looks toward your bowl. Are you done?
I'm still eating.
No,
right.
I'm done.
Rainey hasn't actually ordered anything. She's just sort of sitting there. And he gives her sort of this leery sort of like look, but he doesn't seem to, be frustrated. He's just sort of like, you can kind of tell by his face, suddenly he's like, well, if you're going to sit here, you should eat. It's a restaurant. It's not.
I think you should order something before you get.
I'm not hungry.
Well, I earned a decent amount of tip money in one night of work.
Are you just making small talk? I'm not sure what you're implying.
Well, it's offering to pay the guy with some of the tips I earned from the brothels. Not all of them, but some of them. Because I'm sure he needs money for the supplies that he used to make the noodles.
He doesn't take your money. He says, the Wanderer has no need for such things. The Wanderer finds what he needs.
Right.
And yeah, he says to Sun, he's like, on that note, no need to pay. You look like you need it, friend.
Thank you, friend. I never stop.
By the way, is your willpower full?
Oh, I spent 2 willpower, have 3 left.
Okay, so you'll get 1, and then I was asking Sun though, but you can add 1 as well, because the food does feel rather invigorating.
I have 5 out of 5.
Okay, so you're fine then. But Umbri needs willpower, so she'll take that.
That'll be 1 spent, 4 left. That's good.
Yes. So from here, where are you two going? Actually, that's a good question. Unless you kind of want me to leave it off here, I can do that too if you're not sure.
I
was gonna follow Sun to Mist or whatever.
Okay. So you guys
get missed. Like, okay, you want to go out and find this person? Mist, like, head to the palace.
I would love to help you in your search.
Before you go, Swallow kind of stops you before you leave for the palace. He says, the shooting star he has passed along the sky has found a new place. He did come here before, and I saw him on his way. Like, you at first it might sound like he's dead, but you're pretty sure that isn't what he's trying to say. More that he's just left or moved on.
Basically, he moved on.
Sorry, what? I can't make. If you're saying something, I can't hear you.
I said, all right.
All right. Okay. All right.
So the shooting star has left to retire.
He has his duties. Retire is not the word.
Yes, he does. He has to move. He's moving, guys. Come on. Can you get it? Matt's moving.
Well, you get that, but. And so as you leave, I'd like both of you to make rolls to see if you even remember who these people are.
Okay, what roll?
I think it was like wits integrity. I'm gonna double check. I know it was integrity and something else. I don't know. I actually want to ask if what's the wording? If Rain Cloud has integrity favored or not.
Yes, I do have integrity favored.
Well, you do. Yeah, it's wits integrity. I got it right. There we go. Haha. Okay.
Integrity,
so,
That would be 2.
So yeah,
Minus 3.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna spend 3 motes of my integrity.
Cool. So you're gonna cancel out the penalty.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm gonna get the same penalty, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I got 2 plus 4. That would 6.
6. Minus 3, so 3 dice. That's about fair. Yeah.
Okay. And can I spend mote to?
Do you have integrity favored?
2 successes.
Okay.
Does that mean I remember him?
Yeah, you will.
Or just that I remember him as a really wise noodle guy?
Well, you'll remember who he is, not... Well, I mean, right now, as far as you know, he's a noodle guy, so you would remember him, but
As
you
far as I know, he's a really wise noodle guy.
But you won't forget that he exists.
Right. Yeah, as far as I know, he's a noodle guy. He's really wise.
Because normally he would just fade in the background, and you wouldn't even remember that he even is a person.
Roll.
Okay.
We got 2 successes.
There you go. Okay. So both of you have an awareness of the fact that he is a person. That he really exists. So good on you.
What happened? Come on, man.
Come on, I already knew him. I'm like, yeah, you did, but this is different.
Da-da-da, memories erased. Holy shit, this Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know how it's Kingdom Hearts, but all right, fair. I mean, if you saw him again, you'd know who he is, but you might not remember what happened, is what I mean.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So moving back to the rest of the scenes, we have the last one, I believe. So first thing I want to do for Argy is, if you're tracking them down,
Yeah.
I will have you make a roll of, let's say, what's tracking with survival? Unless it's a different roll.
It's sure. Wit survival.
Yeah, that's what
cool.
I thought.
I have a specialty in that too. So.
Okay, so do you want to stunt like how you're looking for them, or do you want to just roll it?
I'll just roll it.
Okay. Fair. Go ahead then.
I mean, it's 11 dice.
Ooh, actually, this is going to be really interesting. I'd like to see what your answer to this question is.
Like last time, I am having or Zadara help, especially since she has actually seen seen Kara and knows what to look for.
Okay, I'll give you a +1 then.
I mean, yeah, if you want to stunt, just having the bird assist me instead of doing a whole like different awareness roll for whatever. Yeah.
I'll give you a +1, yeah, for that. That'll help.
All right. There you go, 5.
Yeah, that's not nothing. That's still 5 successes. Okay. So I have to ask you a question, and this is a relevant question. So for your character, who is the person that you love the most? Like, could be in a. I mean, not even in a maternal sense or like a fraternal sense. I mean, like romantically. And if the answer is nobody in particular, then it would default to the next fraternally, and then et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so because I don't think she has a romantic love yet. She hasn't really met anyone.
It would dial back down towards like a fraternal one then.
Honestly, she's a drifter. She goes place to place, so her closest companion the entire time has been her bird.
Interesting. Okay.
It's been Zadara.
Okay. That's actually an interesting answer. So I will. Okay. Yeah. No, I can work with that. Fair. So Nylene.
Turns out the bird was
more,
actually her lunar mate the entire time.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome, actually. Honestly, no, you know what? I honestly want that to be a thing, but you would have to rebuy your merit and all that. It'd be stupid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it's okay with you, that actually seems really cool to me. Like,
it'd be interesting, but I'm not sure how I would flavor narratively that it was just hanging out like as a like. Do lunars have that thing like sometimes in literature, like shape-shifting matches? Like sometimes they'll forget they were a human and just be a bird forever.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, I'm totally imagining like they turn back into a person. They're like, by the way, I was a person the whole time. You're just like, what? No, I want my bird back. Give me my bird.
Come on, I bought all of these survival charms. You're turning back into a bird right now.
Yeah, I mean, it would still work on them, I think, but it'd be funny. Like, no, that's why I don't think that would work.
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think.
I don't know where Morg is. They're muted, but maybe they're busy with something. So I'll narrate it from it from your perspective then.
No, my bad. I forgot I had my mic muted.
Oh, so you're just being stupid. Okay, it's fine.
Well,
I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you later. It's okay.
Now? How dare you?
So
insert this gift now.
Hey, I was talking to myself for 10 minutes, all right? Give me a break.
Did you say anything irrelevant, or should I?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So you are in the forest. It's sort of the middle of the morning now, and you've been talking with Kara for a while, just sort of wandering through the woods, trying to make your way back. Like she's trying to make her way back to the city, but you guys have sort of gotten lost in the woods, trying to make your way back out to where the actual exit is. And as you're sort of walking, you see Kara just sort of move off into a different direction, like away from where the actual exit to be. So she's just sort of absentmindedly, like, kind of poking her way through the trees. And she's kind of like tilting her head and seems to be like drawn towards something.
I'd follow her from behind, like tap her shoulder to get her attention.
She doesn't seem to respond to you like immediately. And as you kind of look over her shoulder to see where she's sort of looking, what you see is somewhat interesting to you. You see your sister standing in the forest, sort of holding on to the side of a tree bark. Her skin is perfectly soft and preserved, as if it was the moments when you remember her looking, and her eyes are sharp and lively, and she's wearing like a very sort of, I guess, sort of silk see-through type of dress that sort of curls along the forest floor.
All right. Well,
and as you sort of approach, you can almost hear her voice, but she's not actually speaking. It's more like your memory sort of filling in the blank, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd like to say, the second I see this image of my sister, my grip on Kara's shoulder would like immediately tighten, and like she'd like step in front of her, and lifting up her ass, she'd turn back and like make sure that she sees her face.
It's Sun.
No,
Kara.
run. No. This isn't safe. This is all fake.
But it's Sun.
No, listen to me. I don't know who you're seeing, but the person I'm seeing died over 5 years ago.
Sun's not dead. Come on. And
no,
she
I'm not seeing Sun. Wait.
Moves off toward the distance, and you kind of see her like not necessarily like fall over, but just sort of like become, as she kind of approaches, she becomes more and more like, as if she's like drunk, like staggering, like moving, and eventually you see her sort of like lose feeling in her legs and like fall onto this woman's like shoulder. And you can see like the your sister just sort of like run her hand across her back.
All right. At that point, I'd say that like she'd pull out her dagger and keep it to her side, and she like slowly began approaching this person.
Are you afraid?
I don't fear ghosts. More importantly, I don't fear illusions of my dead sister. Like,
I am not an illusion, dear one. I am here. Don't you see? And she kind of reached, like, so her other hand is kind of holding on to Kara, and her other arm kind of reaches out and touches your chest, and you can feel her hand.
At this, I'd say like Nylene begins like to shiver a bit. You were buried in the ground 5 years ago. Like her breathing starts to get like really heavy through her mask.
Do you miss me?
It's a stupid question to ask.
You must think about me often if you still care about me this much.
Vel, what are you right now?
What do you want me to be?
What
She
you
kind of
truly...
curls. She kind of moves her arm like down from your chest, like towards like around your waist, and tries to like pull you closer.
I'd say Nylene hesitates for a moment, but eventually allows herself to be pulled in.
That's a train.
So she's asking you, so do you answer her question, or are you just going to be silent?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
She says, like, what do you want me to be?
I want you to be whatever you're meant to be. I have no...
Wow.
I don't want to see someone I know is already gone. I know you can't be them.
Oh yes, that's perfectly understandable. And you realize that, like, as you come closer, that it's not your sister's voice. But by that point, she kind of has her arm wrapped around you, and you can see her face just sort of slowly moving toward yours.
I still have my mask on, so...
Yeah. The interesting thing about that is, like, as her face just sort of moves toward your face, there's like this icy chill that you can feel like around your body. It's like very cold, and you can feel the ice just sort of forming along the top of your mask, right? And your breathing is heavier and heavier, and you feel that as she kind of moves closer toward you, your mask, like glass or ice, just starts to like slowly...
Nope. I'd say like the hand with her knife and immediately shoots up to try and like prevent it, but it already shatters. So what's left is like a limp dagger in her hand as she tries to cover her face.
What you see as you kind of bring your knife up is that she kind of has moved her shoulder toward, moving her body towards where the dagger is. So rather than dodging it, you actually like slice into her body.
Well, I'm not striking her.
Right, but I'm saying like as you kind of rather than like moving backward, she's like moving forward. So like you can see blood kind of drifting down from this flesh.
What are you doing?
Whether that's real or not, you're not entirely sure.
So what? They're going to redo the race Tuesday morning for 1 or 2 laps? No. They'll call the
Sorry, I'm like wetting the noise. Trying to figure out if it's you or who that is.
It's not me.
Trying to figure out who that is. Might be Umbri, I think.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
not
mute you
me
real
here.
quick? I'm just gonna do that. Ah, that's much better. Okay, just give me a second. I have to get back into. Okay. Sorry, that bothers me so much. I'm trying to get into character, and it's like noise. So she kind of, you can see this blood coming down off of her body, and she has this very strange sort of ecstatic look on her face, like she enjoys it, like very clearly. She's like smiling.
Masochist, oh my god.
And she like effortlessly bends your arm out of the way, like the one that you're using to hide your face.
Oh.
Like you're like, and she moves your hand with almost no effort, like because her hand is like very strong, and she's pushing your hand away. It feels like a force, like pressing against your body. It's not like a person who can like is exerting like energy along you. It's just sort of like she's so strong that as she's moving across your hand, it just sort of gets forced away.
Yes. Well, I'd say at this point that Eileen's face is like filled with like a pinkish red blush, and like her eyes seem uncertain, and like her lips are like a sort of mixture between like a nervous frown and like unsure of like what she's feeling. How are you? Are you one of those exalted people?
No, I'm much more than that.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Soon, very soon, you will be chosen. Because
Is that why you're
I,
here?
now let me finish. It's very rude to interrupt. And she has this stern sort of gaze in her eyes. This gaze that sort of almost compels you to be silent.
Eileen would
Not
like swallow hard.
Not like supernaturally, of course, but almost to that degree of like intensity.
Then Eileen would probably like nod slowly and like swallow.
Where her very will just sort of overpowers you completely. And you feel your sensations just start to build just before she even touches you, just as she's moving her face. You can feel this sort of icy breath moving into your lungs as she kind of, because she's like exhaling into your mouth, and you can feel this icy breath just sort of filling your chest, and you can actually feel almost like your chest is becoming heavier, like you're having trouble breathing, almost like, you know, your body is being like frozen from the inside.
Like I'd say a hand moves to her heart, just like trying to gain her breath back, but she's like failing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
And she kind of moves in toward your lips, and you feel this like very ecstatic sensation kind of fill your entire body. Your entire body sort of shudders with this horrible mix of sort of enjoyment and pain, as like your entire form just sort of starts to shudder with a mixture of like your entire body is like being torn apart from the inside, and yet you can't help but feel enjoyment in it. And there this sort of like on a sort of essence level, there's this sort of metaphysically like spreading around you, these like black tendrils that like rip through your veins and like tear across your skin from the inside. So it's almost like if someone was watching, it's like you're being filled with like ink in water, except it's through your veins. So it's almost like the like Venom type thing, like the movie, the Spider-Man, like the Venom, like it's spreading across inside of you, and you can feel it sort of filling you up. And even though you're dying, you realize that it's not permanent. And for a moment, the moment when you actually like feel yourself fade into death, in that instant you also open your eyes like immediately afterwards, and you feel more alive than you ever have before, and you feel an undying loyalty to this woman who you still recognize as your sister for the moment.
Well, if I may say something about like her reaction to all this.
Oh, sure.
I'd say like as she has this feeling of like this thing spreading through her body and like the pain she feels, she like her eyes are still open and like she looks at her sister's face, and as she feels the feeling of death, she like her mind goes back to when she saw her own sister die in her arms. And like she feels like this sort of like where it's like now the roles are reversed, and instead she's being held by her sister as she's slowly dying.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Crying out, like sort of like she sort of like slowly closes her eyes and like leans into the kiss, and essentially like allows herself to slowly fall limp into this woman who appears to be her sister, and she sort of like allows herself to be taken now instead of be with her. Like she feels this inner peace where she feels like she could die with her sister.
Good.
This is all happening,
and
then all of a sudden, as you said, she feels herself slowly fading away, and then with like a snap, open up again, and she pulls away slightly, and like heavily again, like, and she feels like energetic.
Yeah,
and she like looks like at the. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm trying to remember her full name now. It's like really difficult because I'm missing one word.
My sister's name, or
no, not your sister's name. Her name. I'm trying to remember the full thing because it's really long.
Oh, I know. It's like. It's like.
Yeah, see what I mean? It's like difficult to remember.
The woman draped in a myriad of tears?
It's the lover draped in a raiment of tears or something like that. I'm trying to remember if it's draped or wearing or something. But yes.
Oh, it's the lover clad in a raiment of tears.
Yeah, that's what it's clad. So it's the lover clad in a raiment of tears, still appearing as your sister, sort of looks toward you as you're still in this sort of post-death state, and says to you, kneel.
At this, Nylene would take a small step back. She'd slide her dagger back into her sheath at her thigh, and she'd do a kneel where essentially she sits back with her left leg, and that goes to her knee, and her right foot is propped up. And she sort of puts her forearm against her right knee, and she like lowers her head. As you wish, mistress.
You will be my knight, and you will assist me in the matters to come. we are going to take this being with us.
He got so fed up.
Of course.
Weapon 2. She looks toward the sword that Kara is carrying.
He flew to China and decided that he was going to go and tell her.
And she takes it from Kara's sort of limp body. Kara's still like alive, but she's like unmoving. She's like twitching, like she's clearly not dead, but she's kind of in a haze. Her mind is sort of scrambled for now. Anyway, she takes the sword, she unsheaths it, and she does the I'm trying to remember, like, because Kara knighted you in a way, but this feels more genuine, right? As you're being knighted by your new master. And she asks you, what is the name that you will take? The name you had before was the name that you had in life, and you, as that person, are dead. So who are you now?
Nylene takes a deep breath before.
That's not your name.
The woman takes a deep breath before looking up.
You.
I will go by the Princess of Endless Nights, the Monarch.
Beautiful. She sort of, as she finishes this process of like this horrifying like bastardization of knighthood, she sheaths the sword and hands it toward you. The dagger will not do you justice.
Backsies.
If you're going to fight with a proper weapon.
Welcome back to the stage of history where we have now a Darth Vader in the scene. Dun, 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 dun.
I didn't know her arms got chopped off and her legs and burned to death.
No, not yet. We'll get there.
We'll get there in a minute.
That'll happen.
That's
You just got knighted, just like Darth Vader. When they changed, just got knighted, then they go kill children, and then
I just realized that we haven't gotten to we haven't killed the children yet. We haven't gotten there, but I just realized the irony of this situation, that rather than being turned into a death knight by a creepy, crinkly old man, it's the most beautiful woman we've ever known. Which to me is horrifyingly ironic. And she gives you the blue lightsaber. I mean the sword. And she says,
Jedi.
I will make you a weapon, but for now, this will do.
Welcome to the past Metal Gear.
She takes the weapon, like she gently unsheaths it, and like sort of like studies it for a moment before resheathing it, as you wish.
So are Sun and Mist here? Because I think it was following Sun.
I'll get back to them, but for now,
Right.
I know that Mist left a call. I don't know why, but maybe it's their internet.
I should
Probably their
mention,
internet.
Yes, did you want
I
to
should mention that Monarch is like, she's like shivering now, but it's not of like the cold. It's like of like a sort of like excitement. It's like there's like a smile plastered on her lips,
Yes,
and like she just
yes.
feels like extremely ecstatic as she's like holding this blade, and like she just feels full of power.
Yes. Now, come, we have work to do.
She would slowly
she
nod
sort of-
before.
She sort of strides off, like holding Kara on her shoulder. And you follow, of course, because you don't have a choice.
Of course not.
So, as you kind of make tracks She kind of you see your sister kind of turn and kind of scoff a bit as she hears this like horrifyingly loud sort of bird call. Move quickly. They'll be after us.
Cue anime Naruto sprint.
You guys start running through the forest.
I mean, that's what I do.
Are you going to give chase?
No, I'm looking for Kara.
Right. Okay. Well, Kara is there.
I mean,
you're familiar.
you didn't say I showed up, so I was just kind of.
No. Yeah. No. Your familiar would report to you that like Kara is like in the forest, but there's the thing.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to Kara.
But they were like But by the time you get there, you don't actually find any trace of them. So wherever they went, it'd be very difficult to track them down.
Oh, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh, of course you are.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it again. Okay.
So just as a note, I will give you a choice here. So if you follow them, you're going to stay with them for a while. You probably won't be able to go back, because if you follow them into the abyss will
gaze back.
So say, yeah. So you can choose to let's say if you wanted to sort of get help and go back and not follow them immediately.
No, it's great. I'll be a paladin in hell. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Is that the kind of path you want to go down on? Because I'm totally cool with that.
No, I decided that she is focused on Kara.
Yeah.
Like the story that Kara gave, the kind of person, well, not person, like descendant of a god that she is, she is interested. She's basically decided to invest herself. She's kind of attached to Kara.
Right.
Kara didn't ask her, but that doesn't
So if
matter.
Kara is going into hell, then you're going to follow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And if I have to punch some demons, that's fine.
Interesting. Okay.
If I die down there, which might be likely, but
Okay, I find this interesting. I'll talk to you more about the repercussions of that after the fact. But the idea is that you're going to be with that group then, which is going to be fun. I wasn't expecting that, but I like it. I like it a lot. So you'll actually have more of a challenge. It won't be easy sailing. But I'm assuming you'll follow the trail and you'll disappear into the forest as well, and no one will ever hear from you ever again. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, good. Well, I did want to make a brawl character. I guess I'll write them up now. And
there you go.
No, I'm not actually trying to suicide by GM here.
Actually, it's ironic because I did want to say that it's out of character thing. I forgot to bring this up to you. I don't know why. But I did want to say, just out of character, if you ever actually want to remake your character, I could find a way to actually make that work, like in the narrative, if you actually want to do that,
because I was thinking of tweaking stuff around, so instead of being...
Yeah, because I realized...
looking at the fire guy, it's cool, but... There are parts about it that I don't like. While looking at Brawl, I'm like, yeah, this is all good.
I definitely think we could give your character a chance to be reborn somehow. Especially in this situation. I think it'd be really easy for me to work
she's not going to take a deal with the devil.
Oh, of course not. No.
Reborn by bathing in the blood of 666 demons.
No. I have to kill 6 billion demons.
But the idea... Well, I'll discuss this. I have a lot of things I want to discuss.
And then you shall...
I have a lot of things I want to discuss with you afterwards. I can't believe I forgot. I was going to bring that up to you, but I just only remembered now. We'll talk about it later. But,
all right, yeah.
Is there anything that you wanted to sort of leave off on? Because I think this would be sort of the last scene.
With me, I will be following Kara, and then I guess I'll run into the other one and be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
I think like you're very far behind them, so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't actually catch up with them until like the next session. But we'll.
I don't know. It'd be interesting for them to be like discussing someone, and then they hear the sound of like a flame piece just.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, I just show up covered in like demon blood and shit. Like, oh, I found you.
Yeah. I
think
we'll get.
You won't be fighting demons though.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to? I know. Storms wanted to do something. I think we'll cover that next time. Did Sun want to wrap up with anything? I think because you're still around. I know that you and Raincloud were going to go back to the palace, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't
do much.
I don't really think there's anything else we need to do there, unless Raincloud like had something specific. Because I know. Kara's not here right now, so I think that.
Yeah, Mist isn't here, so I can wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give out experience real quick, and then we'll just wrap it up. I can talk.
I'm gonna go make all my edits now and increase my stats. So.
Good.
5 appearance, here I come.
And so you still get 5 experience as normal. Any intimacies that you feel like you triggered would get you now Abyssal XP.
Let me see. Never go alone. I died in my sister's arms.
Well, I'll give you that. I mean, you could have ran away and then been alone again, but you decided to stay with her instead of.
If that's not good enough, I could always say saving grace. Like this woman just rebirthed me. So either one could work.
Either one. So yeah, you'll get 2 Abyssal XP and then you'll get your 5.
All right, I'll have it say
I'm going to the characters. Hold on. So I'm gonna give Mist her experience. Well, she's, just first because so I'll give them 5.
Get a 1-up.
There we go. Next person. Let's see. So Nylene, you're already taking care of yours. Sirocco, let's see.
Heck, I didn't refuse hospitality. I accepted it and embraced it.
Oh, that's true with the noodles. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'll give you the 2 solar XP for you, and then you'll get the 5 normal as well.
I could see the house.
All right. And then for Ari, weird thing is, oh wait, no, that's okay. Now I see what you're doing. Okay. So for you, just so you know what to mark, I want to checking your intimacies here. I hate that your thing for Kara is only a minor because I probably would have given you points for that otherwise.
Yeah, well, I mean that's because I started like.
We started the other.
Because I met her, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll put it as a minor because I haven't interacted all that much yet.
5 XP for you then, still. So you can take that.
I know the other stuff just hasn't really popped up.
Yeah, you can still get your XP though, for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't in any other scenes, was I?
No, you just had
Okay,
one.
good, because I kind of fell in and out of sleep.
Oh, it's okay. Are you okay?
No, yeah, I was just slightly tired, and your voices are also soothing.
Oh, I thank you.
Singing.
I've been told I have a soothing voice when I used to do tech support.
Gave me some fucked up dreams, but
I'll definitely give. I'm giving you your XP now, actually. So,
And it's the 7th session, right?
this is the 8th one. Oh, and also, I should probably mention the arc is over now.
Oh.
So we're going to be moving into the next
Arc over!
Well, we actually have training time.
Yes, you'll actually have training time. Although I'm not sure if I like the implication of Sirocco is stuck in the forest for months.
Yeah, no, it'd be kind of weird. Like Hey, it's been 2 months. That's how long it would take me to get strength to 2 dots. I probably don't even need to get strength to 2 dots, but
it's going to be about 2 weeks, I think.
Hey, that will get me my awareness to 2 dots,
That's
my
good.
Tiger's Dread Symmetry to charm,
Tiger's Dread Symmetry is
of mine are weeks.
and my Spirit Cutting attack.
yeah, you're gonna need that.
Oh, if that's happening, can I also add my merit and my performance training?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, anyone who has training that's like below like 2 weeks, you guys can just up that now between sessions, which is now, so you can do that.
Oh, then I have a few other things I want to buy. Hold on a second.
Okay, how much is that in days? Because
So 14 days.
all right, so I won't get my stats up, but definitely get almost all
I'm
my
looking
things
for-
up.
By the way, how much?
That sex charm?
Well, yeah, because that would be happening in the intermediate time, so that would make sense.
Got to practice on someone.
Oh Jesus!
Principal contracts, ton, minor tie, negative
Brennan.
tie. Okay. Yeah.
How much XP do I get?
You get 5, and then you also, I'm checking to see if you get solar XP. You technically didn't break in. I love how it's like, you're a Nightcast. You probably would have gotten more XP if you broke into her house, but did not do that. I'm checking your intimacies.
Like today? Oh, here I'm Captain Sun.
That's true.
Yeah, guys.
But you do get 5.
5 solar XP or
No, just 5
5?
regular XP. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm checking to see your
Receipts?
Okay, so yeah, it would just be the 5, yeah.
Should I make artifact armor? Should I make artifact weapon forging a favored trait? Ability. Oh, okay.
Wait, what's this over here on your sheet?
Mine?
Yeah.
On the minor? Where?
Yeah, because it's. I'm trying to figure out what this is. I think that's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be minor or major? I can't tell.
That's supposed to be, should it be major or minor? I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think you should make it minor.
Major, minor won't have MOR.
Yeah, I think it would be minor because like, I mean, it depends because you've known Kara for like a month now, so you could make it major if you want. It's kind of up to you. It's like it depends on how important you want it to be to you. That's the key thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I have the refuse die like a dog. I should make them one of my majors.
What? For which one?
I refuse to die like a dog because she felt very passionate about that.
Right. Okay. So that's everyone because I don't count Kara here because Kara wasn't here. Okay, so let me just stop the recording real quick.
Bye bye, guys. See you next time on Centaurs.
Yes.
Have a good.